Alrighty team, welcome. We're all doing well, guys. That time again, let's see what we can come up with moving forward today. Guys, good morning, good afternoon, a very good evening. Happy to be here. To be honest, I thought it'd be a little bit doubtful at one point. We've had internet issues all freaking day long. It came on about an hour or so ago. So we are here. So hopefully we remain here. Hopefully it doesn't crash, and if it does, well, we know why. So it's internet issues, but apparently it's all sorted now. So anyway, guys, without further ado, we'll get underway. If you guys could, you do your part, which is to hit the like button. Do say hello, get this chat pumping. Let's get this chat moving, guys. To tick over the algorithm to let everyone know we are live and on stream just now. So we should be getting a lot more people to these streams. We have been absolutely killing it. Alrighty, guys, so let's get cracking. Let's quickly look at the news just to see what we got moving forward here today. Today is Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. So as far as our session, once again, nothing really that should impact it, but what we do have is later on into NY, we have some high impact news with the CPI, all the different CPI indicators, the core CPI month on month as well, CPI year on year as well. So that will definitely impact the markets moving forward for those who do trade into NY, so keep an eye on that. But anyway, guys, let's take a look at the charts today and let's have a look at GJ. Smash that like button, guys. All right, so starting with GJ and staying in the weekly time frame, and we are forming a very strong bullish candle. That is not one of the most perfect potential reversal signals that you'll get on a chart, irrespective of the time frame. Then I don't know what is. That is again, we've closed back a weak bullish candle, but with a long lower wick, a back above a support. We've broken the high of that candle. We are now trending to the upside. Strong bullish in the weekly, daily. Structure wise bearish, counter probability wise strong. Well, we are bullish. We've continued to create well, yesterday, like for the first 2 days this week, high low, high high. The current candle is pulling back. It looks like it's opened a bit of a gap to the downside. We'll mark in the high of that previous day, which kind of lines up with the current daily candle. So once again, what we do have is candle probabilities to the upside, bouncing back above the weekly support, but structurally we do remain bearish. Onto the 4 hour just now, and 4 hour is creeping in on some resistance even above the current daily candle's high, but it is definitely bullish. We are continuing to create some nice clean moves within the current weekly candle. Just going to mark in the current daily candle's high, and we're also going to mark in the level above it, and we'll see if we can neaten that up a little bit to see if we do have any sort of margin above the highs for continuation buys. As far as support, likely going to mark in yesterday's high. That wasn't yesterday's high, that was higher up. The resistance formed with we broke out of yesterday. I want to see what we got on the 30. All right, so the 30-minute structure is technically bearish. It is technically bearish. So therefore the bias is we've got the 4 hour being bullish, weekly being bullish, daily and the 30-minute technically bearish, but daily counter probabilities to the upside. Just going to now adjust this zone ever so slightly to incorporate this support here to the left. I want to keep it kind of a deeper zone. Yeah, I'll just do that. Now what we can see, we are technically bearish, but we have put back to a level of support. I mean, you could definitely draw in the current level. We have formed support at that level, and we are bouncing back up towards the current daily candle's high potentially. I'm just going to adjust this zone a little bit as well. So look, in the next 5 minutes we could have a bullish engulfing candle. My slight concern, my one concern is, since we have broken this support recently, or earlier, sorry, during the Asian session, we have not yet come back to retest it to see if we are going to respect it and head back down, and potentially at that point create a lower high in a 30-minute structure, or if we're going to just burst straight through it. That will remain to be seen. We've not even retested in the 5-minute time frame. So what I likely will be waiting for is waiting to see how price reacts to that level. Is there any margin? No, absolutely none whatsoever. Because otherwise, what we do have is a potentially very strong price action catalyst forming just now on GJ. We've got, at the moment, it's a bullish engulfing candle. That in itself is a strong confirmation of buy. So let's just say we were to adjust this zone to most recent resistance. What sort of margin do we now have for the buyers? Still not a great deal. You'd be lucky to get about 10 pips out of it. Yeah, it's a bit of a tough one. So likely at this point, I'm going to wait to see how price reacts to this resistance, because at that point there, we would have tapped into obviously the support that we have broken out of during the Asian session. I want to see how price reacts to it, because once again, we are technically bearish in a 30. So if we were to reject it, then I could look for myself from a little bit higher up. And at that point, I'm going to have a lot more margin to do so. So I'm around that 193 to 90, below that point there, basically, is where I could be looking for options for rejection sells. Now, as far as the buy options, well, this rate, it's just one of those ones. If you're not in a buy just now, you're kind of running out of room, because there is not a great deal of margin. This candle pushing just now, there'll be absolutely no margin up to this resistance. So likely what you're going to need to do for the buys is wait for it to pop back down, preferably a little bit lower, down to that 193, 350 sort of region, and start to form a little bit of a staircase out of that point there. And at that point, we could potentially look for our options to take a buy. So no harm buying low, obviously selling high. We are currently just stuck in a bit of a range after creating some nice moves yesterday, and so far we are pulling back. Obviously further buys above the resistance formed early into the new daily candle today, so that would also be a potential option. It looks like we will have enough margin to get involved in trades above that level. So I mean, for the time being, I'll just remove it away off it. So that is GJ, and obviously we will be bearish if we do reject the highs. So we could also look for options to sell from the highs of the actual 4-hour resistance formed at the current daily candle side. The same level we've rejected already, came back and was a strong rejection of that point. So if we did react, well, if we did pull up to it, we're looking for reactions to the downside for potential sell options. Otherwise, popping above for potential buy options. And that is my opinion of GJ. Hopefully it did make sense. And in the meantime, what we will do is we'll hit the like button for those who have not done so, and then we'll have a look at the gold. Now, the gold was fantastic yesterday. The members and I who were on the stream, the NY call, we took a nice little, what was it, a really nice limit order buy with absolutely zero drawdown. It was at this point here, was within this candle, so Pop literally tagged me in, popped up to about 25 pip profit in a matter of about 20-30 seconds. So by that point, secured most of it, and then it popped back down again and took the runner out. But it was a really nice trade. So it's been a good start to the week. Unfortunately, both trades been either side of yesterday's stream, so the members have been making bank, which is good. Looking at the weekly, strong bullish engulfing. So based off that, you guys know the drill. Looking for what levels within it we could potentially pull back to, where if we were to continue bullish, we'll likely form support those levels to head back up. Otherwise, continuation buys above the high. And if we begin to break those levels, then that could signal potential for a deeper pullback within the current weekly candle. But onto the daily, still bearish in structure, nothing has changed in that regard, but we have actually closed a strong bullish candle out of a lot of this mess to the left that we're stuck in for almost a couple of weeks now. Current candle, we're marking a low of it as well, just see what we've got below it. But we are obviously trending, we do have counter probabilities to the upside. Bit of an indecision candle on the current daily. The 4-hour, look at that rejection. So a lot of volume in the current 4-hour candle has been a bit of an arm wrestle. We have tapped into some resistance here to the left, only to bounce straight back off it. And what we've got is structure also being bullish. So we're going to mark in the high of the current daily candle. Requires just closed on this particular broker. For our support, we'll mark something in on the M30. We still have a bit of margin to the upside by the looks of it as well. So gold would be potential buys above the high, and that looks to be confirmed. If we were to begin to pop above the high, seeing we just created a low of the day and we've just springboarded back up towards the high of the day. So as long as we have a little bit of a positive price action prior to it, I'd be definitely considering looking for the buys above the high. Now, impulse entries potentially just depends on how price approaches this zone and how high up we close. So for the impulse, it would have to close very high up above the bodies of the candles here to the left hand side, and well into that we're considering the impulse entries. As far as support, I'm gonna mark in the current daily candles low for the time being. Below it, I'm not going to be necessarily looking for sales straight away because we're running into some pretty choppy traffic. You can actually just drag that down. So if we did pull back, further buyers from the support, guys, that's quite obvious. We are technically bearish on the M30, so similar to GJ, the bias is neutral, but doesn't mean I can't obviously buy off the back of the fact that we are trending very strong bullish in the current weekly candle. But if we do pull up now to reject, the good things, we're close to a level of interest, we're close to that 4-hour resistance. So seeing we are technically bearish on the 30, we don't necessarily need to tap in, because you could argue we've already grabbed the liquidity potentially within the current daily candle by creating the upper wick, breaking the high of that previous daily. And if we do now upon this pullback confirm a lower high, I would still consider the sell options without it tapping back in. I don't feel we necessarily need to, but for either way, anywhere, be looking for the sells below it, so long as I get my catalyst basically in price action. So right now we've got a strong bullish closure on the current previous 15. Potentially look for sells from around this point, guys. It lines up with some data here to the left hand side. Otherwise, just simply wait for it to pull up further, see if it does reject for sells from higher up. And that is basically all on both gold and GJ. I think it's quite a simple one. Like I always mention, the analysis is the easiest part, by far the easiest part. What is the most difficult part is just sitting patiently and waiting for your plan to present and for the rules to be ticked off before any entry. So if it comes, fantastic. If it doesn't, there isn't much I can do about it, because it just whenever you can't predict the markets, obviously. No one knows when, you just need to react, and that is what I do best. It's what we did with the members yesterday. That was a beauty of a buy on gold. And yeah, so for the time being, we're chilling. Guys, don't forget to say good day. Let me get the TikTok chat. Oh, well, actually, TikTok stream up and running. See if we can get a few more than 5 viewers today. And the members, I shall allow you in if you would wish to join the Zoom call. That has now been sent. All right, who we got today? As always, Franco, appreciate you, brother. Beats, Ian, and Carl, welcome, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Hope you're all doing well. Are you Saitama? I have no idea what that means, my friend. Excuse my ignorance. Just be careful, guys, as well, on if you do follow me on IG or any social media outlet, because there are quite a few scams out there. I'm quite surprised, because I've by no means got a big following compared to the other streamers. I've got probably one of the smallest followings. But even my missus scam with my profile, try to message her. So it's rampant. It's unbelievable. We can't even. There's just no way of stopping it, to be honest. AAA, it's an anime protagonist. Oh, okay. The protagonist. If you got scammers, you hit the big time. Yeah, I would have thought so, but maybe with my less than 3,000 YouTube subscribers, less than 1,000 TikTok subscribers, just over 1,000 IG followers, kind of hard to believe that they target my profile. So once again, guys, I'll just reiterate, I will not send any of you a DM without you initiating contact. You guys need to, if you're more than welcome to, I always mention you're more than welcome to message me at any point and I will reply. Even just to say good day, it's not always about business. I appreciate hearing from you guys. I appreciate, you know, we've all got something in common. It's a bit of a niche thing, trading, scalping. So, you know, let's spread the love on that. No hate. So I'd happily reply to any message. But speaking of, while we're at it, the VIP special code for anyone interested right now. YT chats, or one word, YT chat, all in capitals. If you're interested, click the link in the message pinned to the top of the screen and use that code if you want to see what sort of promo you'll get. It's a pretty good one. So December's been off to a really cracking start. It's been very good. 5 wins and 1 break even. How about you guys? How's it been? How has the year in general been? Can you let me know, guys? Have you seen any sort of progression? I'd like to hear from some of my students as well, some of the team. I've definitely seen some really good progress in some of those guys. It's been unbelievable, to be honest. But just in general, guys, how's it been? Have you found it? If you're starting to see some results, starting to see some consistency. Abdul, good morning to you, mate. All good. Hope you're well. Forex QM, welcome, mate. So personally for me, it's been a good one, and once again, this is just going to show when you stick to your plan, the results are likely going to follow, because the times that I don't, and usually the times I get wrecked. Thing is, I've got this stream to document it, so you know, I hold myself accountable on the daily. But nowhere to hide. But for you know, 90% of it, it's been a really good year. Been paying attention to a few things, like I mentioned about also the 5-minute and the 15-minute. I had another setup today based off that. Obviously it wasn't on the chart for it, but nonetheless, good to see it would have played out. So I screenshot it. What I do is I screenshot it and I got it. I started a new folder. Sorry, excuse me, on my desktop, and then I just little bit of a title to the screenshot and chuck it in the folder for reference. GJ melting, wow. Has this gold, ooh, something going on? Not that I can see, but gold and GJ both just started to melt. Nothing on basketball. B Nazir, welcome to you. Yeah, it's hard to predict that, guys. It's really difficult. But even on the 5-minute, for me, the only signal is potentially now, but it's after the move. Okay, also GU and EU. Yeah, wow, that's a bit of a cascade. Something must be going on. Could be some breaking news. Keep an eye out, guys. If anyone comes across anything. Anyone in TikTok chat, if you are there, feel free to let me know if you have any requests for me to look at. Julius though was not present. You guys had a really good win though. Really good win, bro. Yeah, 2 nice wins. One just before the stream and one during the MY. It was pre-MY about 30 minutes before I think you opened. That was one of the best trades. I love those trades. We're literally it tagged me in, and within a split second you're ready, right? Break even. You start to secure, and you know before you knew it, you had 25 pips on the table. It was a really good one. All right, so like I always say to my guys, ask yourself where you are in the chart, on the chart. Right now wouldn't really make sense, even though there is a very nice strong bearish candle forming. Would not make sense for me to sell it because it's selling into support after a big push. So I'm gonna probably have to plan for the buy options on GJ. Gold's still a different story. What I like to see on gold just now is another little pause setting up. So if this candle excuse me, if this candle was to close bear, I really want it to close strong bearish at the moment. Like so, not leaving such a long low wick, and then if the next 15-minute candle is to pause like so, still got the margin to the downside. Still gonna close the 30-minute candle strong bearish. And based off that, you can look for the sells on the new M30s. It breaks the low of your catalyst candle and the minus support. So that's something that potentially could play out. But we want it to close to its low. But we'll see anyway. Still could be options if it doesn't. All right, still okay. not going to answer on this 15-minute candle. I want to see a bit of a pause forming just now. All right, so if gold closed a weak bullish candle on this M15, then I might look for an early entry below the bullish candle low. In anticipation, what it's likely going to do is head back down towards the previous candle's low, previous M15, which is the M30. That point there, you've got already more than 10 pips on the table. And if you've got the volume momentum with the 30-minute structure also being bearish, at that point there is a good chance if it broke below that candle that would make a deeper pullback towards the support. So that's what that would be based off. So we'll be keeping a bit of an eye on that. That's the focus right now, guys. Looking for potential gold sells on the next M30. If this candle is to close pretty much as is, a little bit lower down, weak bullish candle, we're looking for a break of that candle's low, the bullish candle's low on the next M30 candle. So as long as the new candle has an upper wick, that is a prerequisite. If it does that, then I'll be looking for some potential sell options. So still got a bit of time and still got, you know, to tick off a few things before taking the entry, but we will see. 100 plus odds NBA, good day to you. Guys, I will be back in a minute. I'm gonna quickly go prepare something. Be back well before the candle closes, so do not go anywhere. Alrighty guys, I am back. Let's see on gold. So preferably below to 38.2 is where I would like for this candle to close, but I would prefer for it to actually close bullish. Closes bearish, I mean, we still might be in with a shot, because the reason means you're gonna have the 30 closing bearish engulfing. You've got this candle which is pulled back to grab liquidity, be closing near its low, so as long as the new candle has a bit of an upward, but I just prefer it to actually close back bullish. But we will see shortly. Paulius, good morning to you. Daddy, welcome. Lego, good day to you, welcome. All right, look at gold now. Oh, GJ, still absolutely melting. So there's a few issues here. We come from way too far back. This is a big candle. Some 70 pips involved. That's a big candle. It needs to wait for it to set up before I can look to sell it. So definitely still focused on gold. Just over 3.5 minutes. Let's see where this candle closes. If it closes near its low, then it really will depend on price action of the next candle. So if it begins to hop down at the beginning and then pulls back to create upper wick, then I may set a sell stop where it be below the entry candle's low if it does happen to break the low of the 30, or just below the 30-minute low. That will remain to be seen. So that's something we'll keep a bit of an eye out on, guys. Still considering gold sells on the next M30 candle. Junaid, welcome to you. Alan, welcome. Still the preference is for this to flip and close weak bullish. To that point, like I said, we've got that support, and if we were to continue bullish, there is not much of a need to begin to break it. If we do break it, there's a good chance we could head back down towards the current day's low. We're just gonna wait 2 and a bit minutes and see where this candle closes, guys. Dean, good morning to you. Welcome. So if the entry is to be below the low of this M30, looking around that, on my broker, I'll be looking around an entry of 2689.6. But once again, I'm not setting it just yet. I still want to see how, first of all, how this closes, and then how the new candle formulates when it does open. Oh, well, obviously it's going to be lower down then. Just focus, follow what the lowest point of the candle is in your broker. Still considering entries. The way to manage it, stop loss wise, is getting wider and wider the more this melts. We have to be on the new candle, the upper wick of the new candle. Come on, don't completely melt in the last 30 seconds. Oh, there's something going on, guys. The spreads are widening up to 3 pips on IC markets, which is quite unusual. Has anyone uncovered anything? Because I've never seen, away from the news, where the spread's so volatile. Still makes sense, guys. I would prefer more of an upper wick. 10 pips in your broker. Yeah, there's something going on because mine's fluctuating from 1 to 3. For the most part, it's around 1, but then it just spikes up to like 3. Alright. Gonna set a sell stop 2 pips below low of the previous candle. Take it at your own risk, guys. It's not financial advice. It is a bit risky at the moment, the markets. There's something, I have a feeling something's going on. But the trade makes sense to me, and the way to manage it would be off the entry candle. So you could set this, if you want a really tight, more tighter stop loss, you set it above the entry candle, or as soon as you trigger in, just begin to trail it. So I've got a pending order set 2688.02. Spreads have calmed down a little bit. I'm not sure if it's maybe to do with liquidity, could be lack of volume. I'm not sure, to be honest. Oladapo, g'day to you. Kamacha, welcome. We don't want this to pull back too far because then you're just going to have a massive stop loss again, and then it's just not going to be really worth it, in my opinion. GJ. Close below on a 30, that's a massive candle. So once again, need to let it reset. I cannot chase this. Yes, it's a nice strong closure below, but you're a little bit too late to the party if you're not in sells, and I cannot justify sells from up here. So again, I need to personally wait. It's up to you guys what you do, but I need to personally wait for another price action catalyst to present. Now that could be potentially a weak bullish counter close. What sort of margin will that give me? Not even 10 pips. So need to let it set up again. The volatility is nuts at the moment.
Hey, just
Yeah, mate, how are you?
doing alright. How about you?
Nice one. Yeah, all good, mate. All good.
How is it going so far?
Yeah, nothing so far. Watching gold. A little bit concerning. The volatility is quite crazy at the moment.
Okay.
Fireball, good day to you. How about you, mate? How are you going?
Yeah. Managed to enter the EU sales.
For yourselves? Okay. Nice one.
EU sales on the 2 hour.
Yeah, 2 hour giving much clearer options. Less noise, obviously at a higher time frame, the less data there is printed on the chart.
So
No.
currently it's being almost
TP?
to a place that, yeah.
Yeah, nice
Almost
work.
close to TP.
Nice one, mate. Good job. Wow. Stop loss. Ooh. Smaller size trades, guys. I've got to reduce the lot size. That's stop losses are huge because of the volume. So I'm just gonna set it up to the high of the current candle as a stop loss, and that's 40 pips in itself. So it's more than 40 actually. What am I talking about? It's 50. Yeah, this is tough, guys. If you want to take it, you really need to lower your lot size, in my opinion. Because the fact of the matter is, the stop losses are very, very big at the moment. Yeah, we'll see. Good morning to you, Lau. Hope you're well. Welcome. Joe, how's it going, mate? In your opinion, would a weak bullish M15 candle either GJ or gold work? Well, that's what I was looking at in gold. GJ, not interested because there would not have been the margin either way. But this thing is just dying. Sometimes this happens, guys, where out of nowhere the volume just spikes, something may be breaking the news, and this thing just shits the bed or pumps or whatever it is. It's kind of what's happening now on most of the currency pairs. A lot of them are free falling. Gold is started to free fall, but is held. So gold still might form that minus support. And as this candle draws out and becomes closer to the closure of the 15, then I'm likely going to remove the order and wait to see how this candle closes. So it's a bit tricky with the volume at the moment. I actually haven't reset it, to be honest. I've got it sitting there. I would reset it, but haven't done so just yet. Good luck. Good to luck. I've considered 1 hour candle doesn't have a wick. What's that? Got a small upper wick. Not so concerned by it. It definitely could come up to create more of an upper wick, but I'd be happy as long as I've got my right confirmation to take a trade prior to that happening. Tipsy, gold creating higher high, potentially. Could do so. At the moment it's created a lower high, but doesn't mean it can't pull back up to close above that high. But then you got some pretty strong resistance at the current, the previous day's high, the current day's high, sorry. Stop loss too big? Yeah, Joe, I tend to agree, to be honest. So I don't have it set. And I feel that is also the better play at the moment. It's just to wait for the 15 because the stop loss is huge. Doesn't look it, but it's 50 pips just based off the 15-minute time frame. So I want to see how this candle closes. If I can get a better option on the stop loss, then I will set the order. So I don't actually have a set on my broker. I'm just going to chill. Tipsy 4 hour strong. The bounce off that zone was a strong one. So yeah, the 4 hours is definitely bullish structure wise. So yeah, it could easily create the high. London, welcome to you. Adrian, sell? Not just yet, not for me. Was contemplating a sell, but that was in anticipation this candle would quite a bit of an upward and reject quite quickly. It's not done that, it continues to pull back. The stop loss is huge again. So I'm gonna wait and see how this candle closes. If it does reject and close weak bullish in the next 5.5 minutes, and wait for the new candle to open up, create a bit of an upward wick, and I could use that as potentially my stop loss. The fact of the matter is just now where you're likely going to enter. It's wider on my broker, to be honest. Because not every broker at the same price, obviously. All brokers have a slightly different price. So my broker, it's already literally 50 pips from the high of this candle. It's 49.6 from the high of the current candle to where I would have entered. Adrian, all good. We could have sells, but not just yet. And how this candle closes. So let's use the fib again. 0.3, 38.2 is where I want it to close below. So that's where I want it to close below. That horizontal, it suggests it's a weak enough bullish candle for weak support. So long as the new candle creates a bit of an upper wick, I can use that to help manage the trade. And if it becomes the break low of the bullish candle itself, then that could be a slightly earlier entry as well. It's 98, so about 2688.78 roughly. That will give you about 40, roughly a 40 pip, 41, 42 pip stop. Franco, breaking news about Juan and Trump. Maybe ties the reason the market move. Probably sanctions or something again. Or strap your seatbelts on, guys, when Trump is inaugurated. Shit's gonna hit the fan. Things are gonna go crazy at times. Been playing allowing the wine to weaken. Tariffs looms according to sources. All right. So yeah, that could have been the thing that has just spiked the markets at the moment with the volume. That was just recently, potentially. It was about an hour ago, so maybe not. H88, welcome to you. So once again, this is a full display, simple rule-based trading on full display right now. The rule is for me to get involved in a sell, I want it to close below this horizontal. Very simple rule to follow. It takes out of the guesswork, it takes out the thinking whether it's valid or not, should I enter or not. It's just literally that's where based off a rule that I have, that's where I want to close below. If that's to be the case, then I enter a trade. If not, I simply wait for what I want to see my signal to present. Oh, got banned this time on TikTok. Interesting. I have no idea why. But anyway, no one on there, so it doesn't make a difference. B plays ground. G'day to you. Meme coins, give it a try. I've been in some meme coin trades, to be honest. Oh man, TikTok's just unbelievable. Abdul GJ was about to set up, rejects the sign after counter close below. Yeah, but mate, we spoke about this many times. Many times. Yes, it's valid. Yes, it could make the move, but it's after such a big push. I'd rather not get involved. I just let it set up again. If you want to get involved, it's fine, but you gotta just accept that it could bounce. It doesn't necessarily have to bounce, and the fact of the matter is, where you're likely to have taken an entry would have given you lucky 10 pips margin, if lucky. So for me, I would not have entered. For me, I wasn't even considering a sell just there. It's too pushed too far. Not in it from up here. I feel like I'm chasing it down here without it resetting. So I always say, ask yourself, where are we? What's happened prior to it as well? It's melted. You're not in it from up here. Maybe it's a little bit past it. Maybe you should wait for it to reset. That's what I personally think. All right, so gold closed strong bullish. There is no sell option. 30 is still open, so same thing applies now. We wait for 30. If 30 closes weak bullish, the entry will be reset. So let's just wait and see. And I would love to chat to someone from TikTok. I would love to know what the deal is.
Hi, Justin.
Yeah, mate. What's up?
Yeah. Please, could you check on the EU? There is something I want to ask.
EU?
Yeah. Yeah. Go on the 2-hour time frame.
Yep.
Yeah. So yesterday there was a trade that I executed just about here. Go to the last significant higher, low high.
This here?
Yes, that one.
Yep.
Yeah. So after this engulfing candle, it didn't quite clear the zone.
Yeah.
But I consider it cleared all the bullish losses.
Yeah, that's
so
good.
I entered. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, for sure. Based off that time frame. It's a strong enough catalyst. You've pretty much engulfed the support itself, the bullish candles lows anyway at that level. I'm assuming I had a bit of an upward prior to breaking, but yeah, if I was trading off of 30, then I would definitely consider that as a catalyst. But I think it's a good entry. It's a little bit early because you haven't broken a low of, you know, the bearish candle, which on probably the 30 or even the hourly may have been a bit of support, but your time frame's at 2 hour anyway, so yeah, I think it's still a quality entry. Really nice entry. Plus you got liquidity candle as well. So
yeah.
broke the high and closed below the low, closed engulfing. For me, that's a big sign. It could continue down. I like it. Nice work.
Yeah,
Good.
I think that's only the 2 trades I've taken this week so far. That one and this one this morning.
Yeah, good work, mate. Both nice trades. So replay turn 14 to 60. 600. Sorry. Yeah, the thing is, it's not for everyone because not everyone knows how to access all these meme coins. It's wallets and that as well, to be honest. I was shifting some USDT around today and I check it like 1,000 times to make sure I've got the right network, the right address. I know you copy and paste it, but sometimes you may have just in case I accidentally press something on the keyboard. Once again, I make sure it's the right network because the last thing you want to do is use cross-chain and not use a bridge to send it cross-chain, because then you're just going to lose your funds. So it's just very confusing for the average person. It's not that difficult, but I can see why people put off when it comes to the crypto on that. If it was as simple as just sending money around like a bank transfer or something, it's a different story. But the fact of the matter is that it requires a little bit more than that to get to shift coins or tokens or USDT or money onto an exchange. And here in Oz, they are really starting to crack that. We have become the biggest nanny state in the world right now. It's an absolute joke, this country. An absolute joke. I would just pack the bags up as soon as I can and get the hell out of here. It is a shithole, Australia. That's just my honest opinion. The fact that the reason why they've now made it so you need to be 16 over to legally now own a social media account is not because they're protecting children. It is bullshit. It's because what they want is for us to use by our biometrics so we can now have access to an account. So that is a way of getting it, and the average person are going to give into it. You go figure. You go figure. If it's to do with child protection, all that absolute rubbish. And if this gets taken down from YouTube, I don't care, because it's the truth. It's the absolute truth. They just passed a law here today, I think. Not that worries me because I don't drive supercars, but you need a different license just for that now. It's just, there are real criminals. I see it often. It's ridiculous. I see it in the amount of crime I see, and they get away with it. You could get away with murder in this country. But when it comes to stupid shit like that, that is more important. Like if you're doing a K or 2Ks over the speed limit, that's more important than someone who's robbing you, got a knife to your neck or whatever, and you use self-defense to break their legs, and then you're the one who gets in trouble. Shit country, honestly. That's my rant. That's just the honest truth. It's the honest truth. I carry a pole, a very, very strong metal pole, and I keep it in my cupboard just in case, because you never know when you might need it. And I don't give a shit if someone comes into my house without being allowed in. I will use it. Send me to jail, lock me up. I don't give a shit. That is just the stupidity of the law. The police won't do anything in this country because they're too scared. It's just beyond a joke. It used to be, I remember kicking the footy on the street, playing cricket on the street, no one locking doors, everyone knew each other. Now it's just no way I would let a little kid walk around by themselves in this country. Or just a person in general. I would not be on the street by myself at 2-3 in the morning. No way. No chance. There's drugs everywhere, there's crime everywhere, it's become the biggest shithole, in all honesty. It's sad, but it's true. I should be the Prime Minister of this country. I straighten it out. You stuff up, no chances. You're in big trouble. You're too soft. country full of just not being, you know, don't want to be sexist or anything, but handbag swingers. They're just so soft, the politicians in this country. I wish we had Trump in as our leader, honestly. Yeah, probably Carl. Probably because I mentioned Trump. You're probably right. Back to trading, back to gold. Let's see. Same thing. Let's put the bib up. Like the third time I'll put this bib up. Let's see if it actually closes below that level now. And London Open could give us potential sells. Now the better option, as I mentioned yesterday, is below 23.6. That is the A++. An A grade entry would be below the 38.2. Sorry, Abdul, I didn't see you. Didn't wait for pause. Yeah, that's exactly what I would have been looking for. I was thinking after securing some profits, it will settle. It will settle in Australia. But listening to you, I rethink. I would not, honestly. Again, look, other people would have different opinions of it, a different opinion of it, but I would not. I really would not. Honestly, where we have one of our major outlets here, the family business, it gets broken into, I'm not joking, that thing, the main entrance next door, like some sliding glass doors, gets broken into every week. They're basically replacing it. And it's the same people that got them on camera, but the police do absolutely nothing about it because they say they're underage, which doesn't matter. They're still of a legal age to know what they're doing. Jail them, lock them up, put them in with the hardest criminals. That's what I do. Teach them a bloody lesson. Back in my day, the police, if you do things stupid like that, the police will belt the crap out of you. And you were taught a lesson. These kids, and it's not just kids, it's adults. And most of the kids are adults. But they get away with it. That's why they keep doing stupid shit like that. Because they know they're not getting in trouble. Told a story, they threatened to kill one of the security guards if he did anything about it. And they continue to get away with it. It's just ridiculous stupidity in this country. Society, honestly. Three and a half minutes, guys. It has to close below one of these horizontals for there to be a valid potential sell on gold. Now, the entry I would be taking would be below this 30-minute low, not the bearish candle low. I'm more focused on the candle that actually confirms support, and that is this bullish candle itself. So what you want to see is, first of all, price to close below preferably the 23.6, which is the lower horizontal. But so long as it closes below the 38.2, which is the second one, the one I'm pointing at right now, it would also be valid. But what you need to see is an upper wick form on the new candle. And as soon as it begins to break, that's where your potential entry could be had on gold. So like I mentioned before, for me, the entry point is will be 2688.78 if it ticks the box for an entry. Joe, why not 50%? I'd prefer it to be stronger than that, to be honest. Yeah, look, if you wanted to take that, I understand it. I just prefer it to be a stronger pullback within the candle, so it closes weaker. So yeah, that's looking pretty good. Look at GJ. Yeah, it's nothing. So what is the 50%? It's pretty much at it just now. Terrific prisons before they release prisoners early, and a lot of them reoffended within a week, put straight back in prison. Yeah, it's because our Western societies were way too lenient because all these bloody human rights groups and like crap. Again, we breed soft societies, and in Australia we're breeding criminals at the moment. That's my honest opinion, because they're allowed to get away with it. Alright, gold looking good, guys. Looking like we may have a valid entry, but we need the upper wick to form prior to any entry. And if it doesn't, if it pops down, need to wait for it to pull back up, create the upper wick, then I'll set the sell stop perhaps a little bit lower down. So looking promising. Oh, it's right on. Alright, it's alright. As long as it pulls back to create the upper wick, I will still take it. Because it's below the 50, it's pretty much right on the 38.2. It needs to pull back to create the upper wick. So I've not set any order just yet. I've got it ready in case I just need to press open trade. But I'm not seeing it until I've got the little upper wick. I don't take the trade. It's very simple. Once again, just following rules. Right now it's breaking that low on my broker, the bullish candle, so I'm gonna have to wait for it to pull back and then reconfigure my entry point so just below the current candle. So once it pulls back, that I will do that. Need it to pop up, create the upper wick. Not really moving anywhere in a hurry at the moment, is it? It's kind of stuck. This is what happened today when I was recording the Asian session update this morning, and I thought it was stuck, but then I realized it was my internet. At least it's not my internet this time. Tier 2 Franco, yeah, so it's good. It's not my internet. Alright, it's trying to create the upper wick. So if it does create the upper wick, my entry would be at 5.7. 2688.57 is where I would end up. I need it to flip just now. So close. Yeah, it's kind of like the calm before the potential storm at the moment. Still is not flipped. Come on. Up we go, and then break, and then we're in. What I'm waiting for. Oh man. Tell you what an arm wrestle the first 5 minutes is. DJ, on the other hand, is pulling back. Come on, God. Almost flipping. Got within a whisker. Oh, right at its open, basically. Here we go. It's gone up a wick. Has it? It has. All right, so 557, sorry, 2687.57 is where I've got my entry. 77 2688.57, 2688.57, not 87.57. 2688.57, just below the current candle's low. 2 pips on my broker below the current candle's low. All right, so let's see. This is all right. We're checked now. It's all right. So it did just break the low of that previous candle. My broker did. This broker actually didn't. broke it quite significantly too. Not just broke it by about 2 pips. And look at it now. So if you did take it just off the back of it not having the upper wick, then you'd be stuck in some pretty significant drawdown right now. Alright, keeping it open for the time being. But once again, if this 15 draws closer to the close, we are around the current level, I'm gonna have to remove it and wait. It's just nothing I can do about that. Now, are there going to be options to buy it? I don't think we're going to have the margin at the moment, because likely if it is to close bullish engulfing, it's probably going to eat into the margin to the upside. For the buys, it has to, in my opinion, it has to close bullish engulfing. All right, so what confluences do we have to buy it? 4-hour rejecting on a previous candle. Got 30-minute closing bullish on the previous candle as well. You got the bias neutral. You got the weekly falling strong bullish. So the rule for the buy is it has to close engulfing. It can't close too far above, because then you're not going to have the margin. So it could be, well, you're just going to be lured in the market. And if that's to be the case, then we could be looking at some buys as well instead of the sells. We'd be flipping from looking for a sell to a buy. But the condition is it needs to close engulfing. That's what I want to see. Because otherwise, to me, it's just resembles consolidation. I'd rather not get involved in that until we've got a strong enough confirmation. The sells I still have in, but I'm likely about to remove it. The order. I'm going to remove the sell. And at this rate, we could be looking at maybe some buys, guys. We're going to run to the top. It'll be 2 seconds. All right, back in time. Let's see. All right, so once again, you're gonna have to focus on what the highest point of the current candle is in your broker. I want it to close above the full candle itself, the bearish candle. And then I'll wait for a bit of low wick and we'll consider some potential buys on gold. The liquidity candle as well, this is good. So low wick and just be looking for entry just above. Wanted to create that low wick. All right, so I've got an order other way around. Got order at 2693.42. 2693.42. It's not in play just yet, but that's the pending order. Two pips above behind my broker. This is better. Pulling back to create more of a low wick. This is fine. Alright, GJ, I'd still be looking for rejection. There'd be no catalyst yet for me to look for the buy. I mean, the 30 looks alright. Be a little bit concerned though by the fact we're still below this support. I'd rather get involved back above it. But as far as price action catalyst, it does look pretty good. You've got potentially a 30-minute engulfing bullish candle tapped into support here to the left. So it could be based off that. I mean, I can understand if people are looking to take the entry, but I'm focused on the gold at the moment, so I'm not going to watch GJ. Just going to keep my eye out on gold. Funny London open candle. Spent a lot of time doing nothing. Still, in my opinion, it's a pretty solid entry if it does trigger in. But yeah, you want it to happen pretty soon because you don't want it to come to the last few minutes of the 30. If that's the case, then I'll probably need to remove it and wait. But what we do have now is the 30-minute has a higher low, higher high to the previous candle. On my broker, it's a liquidity candle, so it's broke the low of the previous candle, it's now broken the high of it. So if it breaks the own high again, then I feel it's a good option. ByBit looks pretty good. It had another pause, but closing above the resistance here. It still looks alright, but we want it to happen pretty soon. Just don't want it to happen in the last couple of minutes. Again, I will remove the order if it comes down to the last few minutes of the M30. Oof. $15-minute candle is just not moving at all. Okay, not really the best conditions today for trading. Yeah, it's a bit all over the shop, the volume at the moment. Oh, about to get triggered in. Not just yet. Will probably get triggered in shortly. Lights are on. Not yet racing, but likely. All right, now I'm racing. I've been triggered in. I'm up 3. What's up 3? 4. Want to get to break even pretty quickly on this. Got 5. There we go. Stop loss to entry. There's 9. There's your closed half at 9.5. Just because we're coming close to the 30-minute, and I'm just going to let the rest run. So there's you've got basically 10 guys. Nice one. Nice one. Doubted the volume, to be honest. You've got more than 10. Oof. Took a while to trigger in, but once it triggered in, there she goes. What a start to December. So I'm at break even, secured some profit, and it's just a matter of waiting. So we can, once again, just goes to show we can flip our bias. Well, not so much our bias is neutral, but flipped in direction we're looking to take the trade based off just one candle. That's how quick it can sometimes flip what we're looking at from a sell to a buy in this case. Wow, nice move. Well done. Good work, mate. Anyone else take it? Anyone? Just been taken out, break even. So quick one. I'm not mucking around with it because you got the 30-minute bout to close. The volume is all over the shop. So yes, it can make the move. Fantastic if it does. For those that are still in it, I wish you well. But the volume's crazy. The spreads are spiking a bit too, so I'm not mucking around with this. I'm just happy to take something out of it and continue on the merry way that has been December. So well done, guys. Good work. Another day, another test of patience. Once again, we get the result time. Well done, guys. Good work. There we go. Job done. Sharif, there was a lot of movement during the Asian session. Was there some news? Not entirely certain. Looks like this could rock ship up, so really good if anyone's stop loss didn't get taken out, break even. Yeah, I'm not sure, mate. Don't think there was anything breaking. I think it's just all to do with what's going on everywhere around the world. Yeah, that's my personal opinion. Wow, look at this go now. Nice one, Lau. Franco, thank you, mate. Joe, nice one. You didn't take it, Franco, all good. Jason W, good work. Carl, nice trade, didn't take myself. All good, mate. Police, how big is your lot size? To be honest, it's not of anyone's concern. It's not huge. I don't trade more than a couple lots. But yeah, I've traded more in the past, but not at the moment. I don't have the account size to cope with anything significant. But again, it doesn't make a difference. What you should be doing is just, once again, following the exact same set of rules, the same setups, the same plan, on irrespective of the account size, and build it up. Yeah. Steve got slipped. It's taken up break even. Oh really? I was lucky. I thought I would have, but I didn't. I think I got slipped by 0.1, something like that. But nice work. And so all it is, guys, is patience. Sticking to your rules. Your rules, you can change your rules from candle to candle. That's what you see. That's what I do. Start a prince, you need to recess. It's plain and simple. Oh, yeah. Every day, same time. So that's all I do, guys. And then again, all this comes from years and years of trading, testing, all that stuff. I live test on the markets as I see things happen as well. All I can say is VIP's where it's at. We bought a cracker yesterday, cracking trade for NY, just before NY open. Secured easy pips on that trade as well, and that's where it's at. It's where yeah, that and this stream is we're killing it on this stream. So the win rate's probably back up to right on the 80% after that one. That's 3-0 for this week. Last week was 3-0 as well. 4-0. Yeah, 4 wins and break even. This week 3-0. So great December, great start. No, 3-3. That's it. I'm pretty sure it's 6 now. It's all there. It's in the Discord. It's all posted in VIP. All right, GJ. So yeah, nice strong candle. My slight concern is we're still below this support to the left, but as far as a catalyst, that is pretty good as one as you'll ever get bullish engulfing. The only thing you don't have, which makes it even better, is the minor resistance within it, but still pretty good shot. But the issue for me is this level. Could it just be pulling back to create that lower high and potentially come back down to the low? I'm doubting the GJ bias, to be honest. I'd be not really keen. I'd be waiting for it to maybe start to staircase more. So pop above, higher low, pull back, respect support, maybe do something like this. And that's where I'd probably start to feel a little bit more comfortable looking for the buys back above on GJ. Otherwise, I'd be concerned it could do what it's doing just now, just create that lower high, end up heading back towards the low of the current daily candle. So I'd be personally waiting. Paul? Yeah, same time, mate, same time. Quarter to, depending where you're from, mate, but Australian Eastern Standard Time, it's 6:45 p.m. For those of you over in the UK, it's 6:45 a.m. I believe, and for those in Europe, parts of Europe, it's 7:45 a.m. Paul, New South Wales, yeah, so same, quarter to 6, mate, 6:45. Yeah, so up one, unfortunately just took my runner out and since continued up, but it's all part of it. Either way, happy to get something out of it. All good, mate. You're more than welcome. Hope to see you in the chat more often. Also, guys, don't forget to join the free Discord community. Blast W, nice one. It's what I want to see. My guys doing well. Absolutely looking for GJ buys. Yeah, I'm always my opinion of it. I prefer to wait for a pause. I don't know. I'd rather see a staircase at the moment. So a little bit of structure forming is what I mean at this current level until we're back above this point, just in case it creates that lower high off the back of a strong impulse to the downside. That is my concern. Yeah, join the free Discord community, guys. Reason being is because I'm still going to be working at least 3 days, maybe 4 days a week during the holiday break with the members group, and I might throw a link every now and then into the free Zoom free community for you guys to join if you want to join in on the practice sessions and that. So it's worthwhile. You're more than welcome to post analysis, and I would, you know, happily have a look at it for you, but no one does. That's the only reason why I'm not so active in there. But feel free to chat away, you know, help get amongst yourselves, just chatting about obviously the charts on that, and if anyone's looking at anything, drop it in there. People are allowed to voice their opinion. Joe, all good, mate, all good. Let me know how you've been going as well, my friend. Feel free to keep me posted. So for still the same entry points on gold applies as pretty much per the start of the stream, so I'd still be considering the sells below this point if it so happens to eventuate close to NY when I'm on with the members later on. We have price popping back down to that level. I can definitely look for an option to sell it. Got clean traffic to the left. It's a support formed within the current daily candle. It's, you could argue, a higher low just now. So if we were to come back down and break that most recent support, what do we got to the left hand side? Clean move up, clean move down prior to that. Also prior to that, pretty clean move up. So in my opinion, it's a high probability it could come back down towards the daily low if it did actually close below it. So that now I can put that in as a potential sell point. And again, the zone, the upside, how it reacts to that, even if it rejects the current level, could also look for potential options to sell, because what you've got right now is it's approaching the lower high. It could be forming the retest, the double top, the, I don't know, the middle portion of the M formation, I suppose, before it rejects and comes back down. So there could be potential options from around the current level. You could draw a zone in. Like I've mentioned before, I could trade it based just literally off that, to be honest. But yeah, but you could be looking for rejection at the current level. Preference is for it to pop up a little bit higher and reject. Abdul GU. Let me see. I haven't done the analysis on it. It looks a little bit better than GJ. Yeah, it's just, once again, it's just one of those ones. I don't have, unfortunately, a signal within, again, within all this. I don't have a signal. Yeah, I know you guys have access to the videos, and once again, those videos, within all those videos, there will not be anything in it suggesting that's a entry. It's not, doesn't mean it's a bad entry or something, you know, that would be stupid of you if you were considering. But for me, I don't have a bullish engulfing candle. That's a very strong bearish candle prior to it. Hasn't quite tapped into the support as well, so it could have just been a bit of a pause for it to head back down before it tapped in. Nor do I have a minor support forming within this candle on the 15. I don't have any catalyst, nor do I have a high low higher high strong bullish candle as in both the body. So unfortunately for me, I would say no to this. I would not enter it as well. It's just one of those ones where it might look good, but it's like playing a video game for me. It's literally, I got to press the button at the right time, and for me that will not be the right time. Doesn't mean it won't work, but it's just not my signal, not my opportunity. And that's why, again, I try to be as strict to it as possibly can by just following what is a signal for me. and one candle closing back bullish. Yes, it's a strong bullish candle, but against that previous candle, it's done nothing to give me my signal to buy it. So I'd just now be waiting for preferably a strong closure on this candle, maybe on 15, followed by a weak pause, and then I might have my signal to buy it off the back of that on the next M30. Otherwise, I'd just be looking for rejection, may even close back below this previous support, and may, you know, pull up a bit higher and close back bearish. If that's the case, lower high, look for an option to sell. It is technically bearish on a 30-minute time frame as well. So until I have a signal within price action, and it has to be at a predetermined level, or a level that, as data prints, I determined to be a tradable level, for instance on gold before, I just simply need to wait for my signal, and unfortunately there would not be one. Abdul, all good, mate. Keep asking these questions, keep asking them. Best way to level up. I wish everyone else would, you know, do the same, to be honest, because I think you'll find you'll really develop quickly. I've seen from a lot of the charts you send, a lot of them are very, very good. Like, your questions are really relevant as well. So you see price action, in my opinion, well, and maybe it's just a little bit of fine tuning more than anything. So this is looking a bit better on GJ. Triggering in some sellers, you're likely to close this 15-minute bearish. So what I'd now be looking for is that type of scenario. Then you're back above the support. You're triggered in sellers prior to it. You wiped out those sellers. There's a good chance it could make the move back up. Oh, you're still on a buy from the 6th. Nice one. Yeah, GU's been the one differential between the majors. It's been, generally speaking, quite strong in comparison to EU and AU. So yeah, good work. Or do you have a look at moving averages? EMAs. I do not really with Forex or gold. Also crypto. There is one time where I might look at the EMA when I trade gold or Forex, but it's sparingly. It's really, really sparingly. That's in a really strong trading market, and I'm trying to find a way in. But generally speaking, no, not much. Obviously, for crypto, you look for things like the golden cross, the 50 and a 200 day, things like that. When a 50 crosses the 200 day, and vice versa. Also tend to look at the 8-day and the 19-day EMA for the crypto. For the shorter term sort of entries, the intraday to small swing sort of trades. That's more so to pinpoint the entry though. But rarely, to be honest, I still focus mainly on major levels. In crypto, it's more the 4 hour and daily. Don't really focus so much on a 30. But I feel indicators have their time and place on the charts. I like to use the fib. I'm using it quite often these days. I use it pretty much every day. But not so much to pinpoint an entry, just to validate an entry more so than anything else. Alright, so definitely would have been taken out now on gold. Yeah, for me, unfortunately, if anyone's about to ask, can we sell it? For me, again, there's no signal, not based off the 15. The 15 is what I'm basically just testing out at the moment to see the probabilities. But irrespective, I would not take that. I can understand why it's dropping without the upper wick, because this candle has left a long upper wick, suggesting maybe it's just grabbed some liquidity from the upside. Likely to happen, your candle could just drop without creating much of an upper wick, if any. There's a good chance it could also pull back up to create that upper wick, and then if it is to continue back down, drop and break the low and head back down towards support here, 2688 roughly. 38, 50, 70 around that point. Yeah, for me there's no entries at the moment. Abdul, because of teaching lesson and your suggestions, I'm becoming profitable. I appreciate it, mate. But at the same time, yeah, I really appreciate the kind words, but it's you guys. You're the ones who have to pull the trigger. You're the ones who have to be committed to you know, improving, putting in the effort. You've just got the benefit of having, you know, someone watch over you, and also with the videos and all that, sort of get fast tracked, because I can share with you 7 years of experience all through the education sessions, the videos. I mean, Monday's education session was really, I really enjoyed that. That was probably the best one so far. That was a really good one. Paul, I've been playing with them. Interesting what shows up. What's your thoughts on gold price drop soon? Look, to be honest, I don't have much opinion on the longer term outlook as far as where, I mean, we could potentially, if you're looking for a swing trade type of view, I'm bullish on gold. I think it will continue up in the long run. I think 3K will probably be hit next year. I think moving forward into the future, 5 to 10K is definitely on the cards. I reckon it's a really strong chance. As far as a pullback, it just depends. Maybe when Trump is inaugurated and some of his speeches, and if the US dollar strengthens, then maybe money will be taken out of commodities like gold and silver. But I think it'll be a short-lived pullback. I don't think it's going to drop to anything drastic. Maybe back to the 2500, maybe 20, 22, 20. Let's quickly look at it in the high time frame. Yeah, so first obvious level will be that 2600, then back to the drop from when Trump won the election. And I think it's really going to struggle to break below at 24, 25 sort of 100 level. Looking at it in a weekly quickly. Yeah, I mean, 2300 I think is, you'd be lucky to get gold at that price again. If it does happen to be the case, then mark my words, I'll max out my credit cards probably. I don't care, I'll just as much as I can. Also, it's a store of wealth. I know it's not meant to be really be an investment, nor is silver. They're more stores of wealth. Silver, I think, has more potential upside. That's why I invest more heavily into that. But long run, I mean, gold's the safest houses in my opinion. You're talking just small trades in and out. Yeah, well, yeah, first potential destination is obviously if it goes below 2689 sort of region, then you got 2680 on the cards. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to wrap it up now because I've got a date with the members a little bit later on, so I'm going to take a break. Got the trading. So what I'll be looking at now on GJ is, want to see once again a bit of a staircase, or not, okay, text, a bit of a staircase at back above this support. So something like so. We've got the 15 and 30 minute pause just now. Prefer to see a 30-minute candle closing back above on GJ as opposed to a 15. On gold, 15 minutes, a different story, and has enough volume to trust it, in my opinion. So that is the buy option. For the sells, pretty clean traffic below support. Let's just quickly look at it in the 15 as well, just to see what we've got below. Why is this magnet not working? All right, so I'll probably just drag down to that point there. So sells below. The good thing is we've now made a bit of a pullback. We've tapped into that support, bounced off it. So now if we were, see, this is what I meant about setting up again, Abdul. We're potentially setting up again for further continuation down, and that's when I would trust the sells below this level there. Even a closure below on a 30, because either way you're going to be likely entering below that wick, that bearish candle wick a little bit lower down. So I would say closures below 129 or 193 flat, basically. Just a little bit below that point for the sells. And otherwise, if it just rips the upside, just look for lower high for potential sell. Gold, as I mentioned before, be looking for this sells below 26.8870. If it does form support, you do have the margin, you can look for the buys back up. Otherwise, buys from lower down. See how price reacts. If it does get back up to 2700 for potential sells, and then buys above current daily candles high. That is it. Well done today, guys. Another successful day on the charts. If you have not done so, make sure to hit the like button. Once again, guys, have a think about it. If you are interested in VIP, use code YTChat, all one word, all capitals. Yeah, so have a think about that. And members, appreciate you. I will catch you guys later on in a couple hours from now. And guys, I'll be on tomorrow, YouTube. Until then, take care. Cheers, guys. Catch you later.